Let's solve the right triangle ABC if angle A is 23 degrees and C is 5.8. So it's a right triangle. Angle A, B, and C. So sides A, B, and C. So we know angle A is 23 degrees. And side C is 5.8. Now, anytime I'm solving a triangle, to make sure, because that means find everything, right? So what I do is I set up like a little, I don't know what you'd call it, little pattern I guess I follow. So I'm going to find my angles A, B, and C, and I'm going to find my sides A, B, and C. And when this is filled in, then I know I'm finished. So I just got to fill this in. Well, we already know angle A is 23 degrees. And we know side C is 5.8. So now we just got to find the rest. Preferably using what we've been given, if at all possible. Because when we find another angle or we find another side, if we use that, we take a chance that we made a mistake. We're going to carry our mistake along with us, okay? So what do you want to find first?
C.
All right, what is C?
90.
Very good.
Which means B is...
Because 90, it was a right triangle, right? So angle B, how are you going to find it? So 180 minus the other two angles added together? Which is 67 degrees? Okay. So let's find side A. How are we going to do that? Well, let's look at this. Well, we know this angle, right? That was given, so we know that's correct. What is side A to angle A? Opposite. What did they give me here? What side is that? Hypotenuse. So opposite hypotenuse. What trig function is that? Sine. So we know sine of our angle is equal to the opposite over hypotenuse. So we could say then that sine of 23 degrees equals opposite, which is side A, over the hypotenuse, which is 5.8. Now, can we solve for side A? How? Well, we got A is, I got that A divided by 5.8. How do I get rid of 5.8?
Multiply.
Okay. So multiply both sides by 5.8. So I get A is equal to 5.8 sine of 23 degrees. And can I type that in my calculator? Yeah, just make sure you're in degree mode. So type that in and let's see what we get. All right, so you said you got 2.266. Yeah, if you round it to one decimal, it's 2.3. I'm going to go ahead and stay with 3 decimals. Better to put too many than not enough. All right, how can I find side B? I could, but what if my A is wrong? Plus I rounded, didn't I? So if my A is wrong, and if I use Pythagorean theorem, my B is going to be wrong. So yeah, look at what we were given originally. That's why I didn't put any of this other stuff onto the triangle over here that I drew. Okay, we know that angle. We know that 5.8 is going to be the hypotenuse. What is side B to that angle? Adjacent. So we know that cosine, very good, is adjacent over hypotenuse. So cosine of 23 degrees equals side B over 5.8. So just like before, multiply by the 5.8 to get rid of it. And so side B is equal to 5.8 cosine of 23 degrees. So let's plug that in and see what we get. All right, so you get 5.339. All right, and that's the nice thing I like about my little, I guess, chart that I build. Should be a good word for it, because now that my chart is filled in, I know I'm finished with that problem. I've got all the pieces of it.